welcome to the newest episode of Falling Upwards. Spring is here, March is here, and so the sun is here. And you know someone else who loves the sun? My lovely co-host Maddie Armstrong.
Testing. I'm here. I woke up not that long ago in typical Maddie fashion. I can just sleep like any time and every time, you know? I'm sure I've talked about this before. I have like the superpower where even if I've slept 11 hours, I can just do it again.
Sleep schedules are hard though. They really are. When people are like, oh, you've got to get your sleep schedule in order. I'm like, it's true, but like everyone I know has struggled with their sleep schedule at some point. It's difficult.
Yeah. Nature can be disordered.
Yeah. Also, like, not everybody is like a morning person or a 9 to 5 person. Like, not everybody.
I don't think anyone is a 9 to 5 person. I think we're all just forcing ourselves.
We've all been fed a lie. Well, we have a wonderful, bright, sunny guest for this week. But before we reveal who it is, or maybe you already know because you've read the title, to kick things off, it's Maddie with Mad News. What have you got, Maddie?
You know, when we've like sung along to that little tune, I listened to it back on the episode and I was like, that sounds nothing like the tune. I don't know where I got that from. But we kept doing it. So I'm like, where is this tune come from? This is not the theme tune of Mad News.
What is it? It's like
yeah.
Something like that.
It's very like, hi, I'm here, you know? It's very
woo. So
I have just completed my Magnum Opus. Here it is. I just went to shoot ATEEZ's concert at the O2, which is a huge venue, and they are my favourite bands, and I reviewed the concert and it was amazing. So please go check it out on Undasian if you would like to see my lovely photos and review.
You know what I loved about it? Was you texted me after and you were just so happy. I was genuinely, it had just turned midnight. It was literally just on the cusp of Lunar New Year. And you're not meant to, it's an auspicious thing. You're not meant to work on Lunar New Year.
Oh, you're not?
But I was like, oh, I've just got a feeling I'm going to open my WhatsApp. And then I saw your message and you were so happy about how great the concert was and how well you were treated, because I know you have so many stories about photographers not being treated well. And I was just like, what a lovely thing to read as New Year has been ushered in. That's so nice.
Honestly.
You're so happy.
Like, we all know that I've had my photographer nightmares. I've like spilled a couple on this podcast in the past. So yeah, I was just really, really happy about this one. And you will see in the work itself, it's all there. The happiness seeps through the pixels.
What's your favourite moment
of the whole concert?
If you had to like pick.
Oh, flip.
Yeah. Or maybe like top three moments from the concert. What would you pick?
There's a song that I really like called Silver Light. It's like my second favourite ATEEZ song, first being Take Me Home. And it's just really expressive.
Take Me Home is the best.
It's such a good flipping song. I gatekeep that song from myself so that I don't get sick of it, because it's that sacred. But no, Silver Light, it was just so beautiful because, they're singing about finding the light, and then in the concert, they literally find the light, because that's like the whole story. I mean, I talk about it in my review, but it's tied in with everything, and the performance is just so emotional, expressive, and it's really beautiful. So that's got to be one of them. Matt's, the song, so sick. That's got to be another top moment. And then another one might be Song Who Are Doing a Sword bit. That's just so fun every time. I've seen that like twice before, or maybe just once before. I saw it like a festival. He's always got the sword out. It just looks sick. It just looks cooler every time. Very good concert.
Well, an artist that is also wonderful to catch on stage, who has the loveliest, sunniest disposition, you'll all get to hear it, is the fantastic Bellah Mae. Her most recent single, Rinse and Repeat / See You Later, dropped in November, and we managed to catch up with her last summer. We are finally putting out her amazing interview here now. It's a pre-record, so you get to react as Maddie reacts. We love the joy of that. So Maddie, Are you ready? Do you have any questions before we start?
So ready. None of you will obviously be able to see this because we haven't recorded our visuals, but I just keep getting distracted by Emma's on-screen name today, which is Clown, which I just think is beautiful. So I think we're going into this not with clown vibes. We're shedding the clown vibes. We're going into this with put together, you know, Maddie and Emma. They're so ready vibes, unclown vibes.
All right, let's go.
I was kind of like planning festival outfits, like not to be hot. And then this weekend, just suddenly it's been really warm. So I was like, oh, so much. And the sun was right on the stage. But other than that, it was amazing. And it was really great. It's just so fun to see loads of people that you wouldn't usually see, I think, at shows. So these types of festivals, so it's fun.
Did you have a favourite moment? Are you still processing?
Definitely still processing. I'm like quite quick off stage already, still. But Stay Friends, which was a song on my latest EP, and I just really felt like super like grounded and like in the moment for that one. I like sat on stage and just
chilled out, just vibed.
Yeah, I just sat on the edge of the stage and I just felt like really like I was just singing in my bedroom for some reason. I felt really like chilled on that song. So that one probably my favourite.
Can you imagine being on that huge? Wait, which stage was she on? Was she on the big one, medium one?
Medium one.
Still, that was still a big crowd.
Yeah, man.
Can you imagine just being so chilled?
Yeah, she's just vibing. I keep saying she's sunny. I meant before we started recording, I mentioned to you that she was sunny. She just feels like
I immediately got
very
that.
summer breeze, you know?
Oh, I love that song.
She's lovely. Yeah, it's a great song.
Well, I was going to ask about the new EP because it's been just over a month since it's been out.
Over a month, yeah.
How has that month been?
Amazing. I mean, it's so weird, isn't it? Like releasing music, you don't know how people are gonna like perceive it and that sort of thing. And also, this EP was very much a sad EP.
Yeah.
Like compared to my last one, there were like a lot of like sassy tracks and stuff like that. Whereas this one was very like reflective and like it was really about like a heartbreak that had happened earlier on in the year. So. Actually, I think it's been like for me personally, it's been really cool because I've like put out this body of work, and that was like almost like that chapter of time. And like as an artist, as the songwriter in me, like feels very like closed on that time, which is so nice to be able to do and not like release things for like any commercial reasons. It was really just like that was that story,
getting out what you needed.
And honestly, just like the fans and like listeners in general have just been so receptive of it in the best way. And I honestly think we must all go through such similar situations and like heartbreaks all the time because, you know, they've received it like not just well, but like as if they've been through that, which is so rewarding as a songwriter to feel like you've connected on some level, you know? So yeah.
That's why Olivia Rodrigo was so popular, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She had her big sort of...
You feel like you're listening to her diary, innit?
Yeah, and I feel like anyone that had been through any sort of heartbreak just related. Like me, I had like a friendship heartbreak and I like related to the album, you know, very easily. So I think it's a very universal thing. So in a similar way, people have been really resonating with Bellah Mae's stuff. And I think that's lovely.
To your point about like heartbreak and stuff, she writes a lot about personal relationships. And I feel like her lyrics do really like hit you in terms of they just feel very honest, you know?
Yeah, you love that.
They feel like very honest and real to life. I get why a lot of people have like just vibed with what she's saying.
She's just like any one of us.
And she felt it on stage.
To the point where she just felt like she was in her bedroom singing about it.
That's cool.
Imagine being so like...
That's so cool.
Into the moment and your own work that the situation in front of you doesn't get to you. That's strong.
Not even in like I'm in the zone because I'm performing kind of way, you know? Just like it's all good. You know, do you know what I mean? It's like a very different mindset to be like, I'm not afraid of being on stage because I know what I'm in the zone. This is how I am, this is how I present. Versus just like, actually I'm just in tune with like what I'm singing, what the message is. As long as I'm singing, it will get out, it will reach people.
It's kind of like why people close their eyes when they sing, isn't it?
Given that you do have listeners all around the world and you talking about connecting no matter what, is that something that you think about when you're songwriting, going, oh my god, I have a listener, you know, in some country that I've probably never even heard of? Is that something that crosses your mind?
No, I definitely think before let's say like a few years back, I would write a lot for like, okay, what would sound like a hit song? Like, what would sound like that? And then I would just never find anything that I liked when I was had that mentality of writing. And then what I started to do was just write as if it was literally a diary, and the type of things that would be in my notes page, and like how I actually really felt, and even like really specific stuff. Like in like my first ever single, there's like, which is called Boyfriend of the Year, it's in the second verse, it's like, the first time you had her over, did you cook her a carbonara? Because like, you know, that was exactly what happened. Turns out so many people have been cooked a carbonara or bolognese by like a guy on like a date or something like that.
That's
which
so
is
specific,
so
though.
funny. It's so specific, which makes me think that we've all lived the same life, and like I'm just like, from now on I'm just gonna write exactly what's happened to me. They're my stories, and I love storytelling and lyrics, and then if it connects to people or they interpret it in some which way, you know, but that for me then feels like a Bellah song, and I just feel like then I can go on stage and perform them and it feels like me and not like it's trying to be somebody else.
I'll be honest, I've never been cooked carbonara by a guy. As a straight woman, I've never been cooked carbonara by a guy.
It's coming for you.
I just wanted to clarify
It's a canon event, apparently.
Have you ever been cooked carbonara by a guy?
No, I made pasta with a guy once, actually.
Okay, was it carbonara?
No, it was like tube pasta, and it was tomatoey, so not carbonara.
For anyone listening, if you have had a carbonara, if a guy has cooked you a carbonara, especially if,
let us know.
Can we contact us? Can we collect carbonara based breakup stories or weird ex stories? We can do that. We'll read them out. We'll even read them out. Should we do that? We can even read them out.
We'll make a carbonara section.
Yeah, to be fair, we've never had a carbonara episode before.
Right after my news.
Right.
Yeah, we can just have a carbonara special.
But okay, I do like that she went, if it's specific, then it's specific because it's my story. That's so nice.
And the notes app as well. Like, that's where your deepest, darkest stuff comes from. So you know she's singing from the heart.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
Just straight from the notes app. Wow. Do you have any notes app horror stories? Like, what's the worst thing you've put in the notes app?
Like when I rant about something that makes me angry.
Oh, I love that. Like, you don't rant to anyone.
No.
So you just rant in the notes app.
But it all comes because it's like, I don't want to hold it in, and I never look back on it. Like I never go back and I look and I go, like, it's just for me to be like, all the shit that I can't say, or that is, to be honest, that is not appropriate to say. Where it's like, you know, even when I'm angry, I don't want to like be rude. So it's like, to be honest, even when I look at it, it's never like that rude. It's just me being like,
yeah,
he or she's such an asshole.
Like, that's the worst word Emma can say.
Because, like, we're all human. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless it's a genuine offense, then, you know, to a certain extent, I try to be like, well, you know, it can be like any of us can have a bad day, and I'm not going to sit there and, you know, I had to deal with someone very rude earlier this week, and I didn't want to sit there and just be angry. I don't know what state of mind that person's in. What if they just lost their cat? Of course they might not behave well because they're grieving their cat.
Yeah, man.
I don't know that. What's your worst notes app horror story?
There's probably like a couple. I mean, I've since deleted all my notes. I'm not going to do any notes anymore. But apart from crappy poems, because I've always had like low self-esteem. So if someone's complimented me, because I have a bad memory, I've written it down in notes to try and remember it. But I realise that's quite that's vanity focused, you know?
No.
So like, just
that's so nice.
But like, probably worse than that is just when I've gone through like, you know, I mentioned like a friendship breakup, when I've gone through like a really traumatic sort of thing. There has been dozens and dozens of notes just from like thoughts I've had to try and like reassure myself or comfort myself, because, you know, like when you're going through something like that, your mind is spiraling, and it's just embarrassing. It was embarrassing to like look back at that stuff, and it's all gone now anyway, but, you know, just having all these random sentences like, don't worry, you know, or something. I don't know. It's just, that's definitely a Notes App horror story.
Oh,
It will never see the light of day.
I do think that's nice that you write down when you're told nice things, though, because we always hold in things that are negative. We always hold in the negative comments. We kind of, like, all people, I think we take like positive comments for granted a little bit. I don't think it's vanity. I think it's nice. It's like a place where it's like, if I'm feeling down, actually, I can remember like this nice comment that somebody said about me or my work or whatever, you know? I think it's sweet.
It's kind of like how if you have 20 people, I feel that's quite small. If you have like 50 people that like you, but then you have one person that dislikes you, you focus on that one person.
Yeah.
When really you should be thankful for, okay, well, all these people like me, so clearly that means more than just one person. So it is nice. If you're like so self-critical, I think it is worth something to just remind yourself there is actually some good things that you're not paying any attention to.
No, like absolutely. We don't stop to smell the roses often. Loads of people don't. Like not often enough. I'm trying to do that more.
Yes.
It's a bit weird. It feels weird. Do you know what I mean? It feels weird.
We don't really stop to breathe.
But it's good to try.
To sort of pat ourselves on the back.
No.
And you especially, Emma, you don't do that.
No. I have no idea how it's Thursday. I thought it was still Monday. It feels like, what?
This week is so weird.
How's that happened?
Isn't it?
Yeah. How? I know time exists, but also how?
I don't think time does exist.
Well, I was going to ask about Boyfriend of the Year because I have not heard a single person who has listened to that and then not loved it.
Oh.
Do you ever look back on that, given that it's been so long since it's come out?
Yeah.
Do you look back on it and go, wow, I've really grown since then? Or do you still look back on it feeling...
So much. Honestly, I think... Like, from a professional point of view, for sure, I definitely felt like releasing those songs, I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. And then you just grow song by song, and, like, hopefully my songwriting feels like that's also, like, evolved from song. As much as I'm, like, always, like, having my thing, and I know that that's, like, my lyrics, my very specific lyrics, and my storytelling and stuff, I would hope that I would, like, become a better songwriter since then. But it feels like forever, but it feels like 5 minutes at the same time.
Oh my God.
And Boyfriend of the Year is still one of my favourites ever to perform live, because it just feels like home to me. It's my first ever song, right? And I always close all my sets with Boyfriend of the Year.
Nice.
The day that we do a show and we don't close it with Boyfriend of the Year, I don't know. That day's gonna have to come.
That means that you'll have gone all the way up, though. That means you've had a bigger hit since then, though.
I know, right? But I'm like, for now, it's like so anthemic to me. I'm like, Boyfriend of the Year right at the end. Yeah, I love it.
Can I ask about the Brummie in you?
Yes, of course you can. Can you hear it?
A little bit. One of my closest friends is also from Birmingham.
Okay.
So I was like, I've got to ask.
So I have to be honest. If you'd have spoken to me last week, I don't think it would have sounded this bad. I have my whole family here with me.
You don't sound bad, though. You sound like you.
But strong.
Okay.
It wouldn't be this strong.
Okay.
I've had my sisters, my girls with me this weekend because we have had like a few shows on, and I just like leech onto it. I can't help it. It's so funny. And I only notice it back on videos. I'm like, oh,
it's popped out.
That was stronger than it used to be. And then they'll go like tomorrow, and then it'll like go a little bit more like neutral again, and then But there is a bit of Brummie in there,
We love accents here, though.
We do love accents. We love celebrating the regional differences of the UK.
In episode 2, we were just enjoying the Liverpudlian accents, weren't we?
That episode is a big Liverpool oven. I'm not gonna lie, it really is.
Just feels like you're swimming. She has a lovely accent.
She does. For our lovely listeners, I thought I'd read out the lyrics or some of the lyrics from her iconic hit Boyfriend of the Year. For those who haven't heard her music.
Yeah, do it.
To get a sense of her magic. I'll read, what should I Maddie, would you prefer the first verse or the second verse into the chorus? What would you like?
Second verse.
All right. The first night you had her over, did you cook her up a carbonara? Then rose petals in a hotel on Valentine's. Oh, I don't think that she knows the warning signs. I don't mean to sound bitter. Got yourself a real winner? I hope you're happy with her. And I bet she would get flowers in a morning text. Take her out for dinner and meet all your friends. When she's upset, might even fake a little tear. Hey, look at you, Boyfriend of the Year. Bet you make an effort with her little brother. Go out for coffee dates with her mother. Congratulations. Here's a little cheer. Hey, look at you. Boyfriend of the year.
Oh, that just sounded like a dramatic poetry reading, Emma. That was great.
She's got the gloves off on this. We love it.
You can really feel especially with the way you read it, just the malice, you know?
Yeah.
The bitterness and the emotions. Like, look at you. Aren't you so good?
I'll throw in the first verse because I like the first verse. It's very good. She's about 5'3", petite. Yeah, she's just your type. Oscar nominee for The Good Guy. Only took you about 2 weeks to go out and find another me. So, did you cook her breakfast in the morning? When did you become such a Prince Charming? Used to keep me for your eyes only, while she's all over your Instagram story.
I love it. She just doesn't hold back, does she?
No, it hits. Do you know what I mean? It does hit.
Mm.
And I say this is like I'm not. I don't think I get. I think I get more melodramatic over like friendships than relationships in general.
Mm.
But I feel her anger.
Other me as well. Oof.
What was that line? Only took you about 2 weeks to go out and find another me.
But if you were going for another her, why not just stick with her? Poor girl.
To be fair, 2 weeks is fast, isn't it?
Honestly.
Do you feel yourself like flying the flag for Birmingham? Because, you know, so many artists come from London and so many come from Manchester, and that's a thing. But you are flying the flag for Birmingham by being out there. Do you ever feel that?
Yeah, of course. Like, it's so nice to feel grounded in whichever way, right? I think especially, like whoever you are, but especially in music, I think that it's really nice to feel grounded in some way and where you're from. So yeah, it's like a huge part of my life. And like my granddad was in rock and roll music and played all over Birmingham his whole life. So like I feel really like connected to Birmingham music scene for sure. But I also feel very like I bring my family with me wherever I can, and like home is where they are, and I love that. So yeah, but maybe.
Do you have any Birmingham artists in particular that inspired you? By your granddad, of course.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like ELO.
Okay, yeah.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
for sure. Like anything like a little rocky, rock and rolly. That's like was really my route. So yeah, those type of artists definitely.
It kind of makes sense. It makes sense that she's a daughter of rock and roll. Like, even though her genre isn't that, her boldness in the lyrics, that explains that then. Because people in rock and roll, they don't hold back. They have no fear. And she doesn't have any fear either. She just projects it in a different way.
She says what she's got to say, man.
What's your favourite failure?
Oh wow, what a fun question.
It doesn't have to be deep if you don't want it to be.
No, I'm really just thinking about it. My favourite failure is probably one of the songs that didn't go viral, which is actually two of my favourite songs ever. So two of my favourite songs are Date Your Dad and Mr. Hypocrite. And those were the ones that like I absolutely loved, and I was like, I really hope that these go viral and they do well on socials. And they just didn't like pop.
Okay.
Pop, you know? They did well, but they didn't pop. And they are like the fans' favourites live. They're the ones that
so
always
they're deep cuts now.
Yeah, they go off the most live. And I feel like in terms of it being like a community thing, those are the ones that like everyone sings back to me and they love, and we like all vibe to them. And I'm happy that like I kind of stuck to my like guns and what I thought was good for that, because I was like, actually I love that song. Like even to this day, like I love it. It's my family's favourite to have live and stuff like that. So yeah, probably that's one of my favourite like failures, if you know what I mean. Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad she's not like is accepting the right words. Like, just because it didn't top the charts or, you know, fly up or whatever, she still knows that it's a hit to her, and it obviously is a hit with her fans. So she was right, wasn't she, about the songs? So I do like that. I think sticking to what you know, because I've had pieces of work, right? Like when I've written poems or when I've, you know, done photography, and I've been like, I'm so proud of this. And it just didn't get like a lot of people reacting to it when I posted it. But it's not about that. It's about just being proud of what you've done and putting it out there. And you don't know who's going to find it later on and appreciate it. So I do think it's good to like stick to what you know. Because you're the artist.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You genuinely can't predict what somebody's going to vibe with. I, like you, I've had moments where I've had like feedback on work or reviews on work, and I will be like, I don't think this, but people would love it. You just can't, but all you can do is like, you're like, I do my best. This feels true to me. And how people choose to take it into their hearts is up to them. Like how many, like for both of us with artists that we love, how many of our favorite songs are not necessarily like the big hit songs? They're usually like the deep cut songs, you know? Like you mentioned Take Me Home, and I think a lot of people that might not know 80s or only know a few 80s songs, they're not going to know Take Me Home. But Take Me Home, like that's not one of their big hits, but like it's such a good song.
Maybe the reason that it's not like up on the charts is because people are doing a Maddie where they're just sort of locking it away in a safe for special occasions because it's too good a song to just spoil over and over. I mean, that's kind of a joke, but you never know.
No, but it's true though. Like if you look at like Taylor Swift polls or like BTS polls, I mentioned them both for a reason because obviously they have huge fan bases from all over the place of like favorite songs. Like it's rarely the big hits that are like number one. It's always like a deeper, it's always the song where it's like that person has gone in and listened to the album and taken in those lyrics and appreciated the artistry of that song. And that's like,
I love that.
Those fan favorite songs. It's never like, I know, I'm trying to think like it's never like Shake It Off. It's never like, I'm just quoting lots of taste. It's never like Shake It Off or like, look what you made me do, whatever. It's the stuff where you know that the person has actually listened to the discography and that's why they love the song.
This is why your Spotify Wrapped is never totally accurate because for me, I have like tiers of favorite songs. So I have like the S tier, which is like Take Me Home, where I'm not going to listen to it all the time because it's too good for that. And then I have the A tier and I can listen to that literally 1,000 times a day and I don't get sick of it. But I don't love it as much as the S tier. And those are the ones that are on my, number one of Spotify Wrapped, but it's not my actual number one. It's interesting that.
Don't you find as well that like often what makes a song good for like TikTok or good for going viral, it's not the same, they aren't the same elements in the song that would make somebody necessarily love a song long term. Like you think, say, I don't know why I'm in such a Taylor Swift mood today, but I know, Bellah Mae was saying with these two songs she hoped that they would go viral, but like I've been listening to Shake It Off a lot recently. There's a reason for this. But like if you think, Shake It Off is such a catchy song, a lot of the general public know it. It's obviously just before the TikTok era, but it had massive reach at the time. It had a lot of radio play, all of that. But something like the 10-minute version of All Too Well, which so many Taylor Swift fans love, like a 10-minute song is never going to go viral. Like a song that has like, that is slow, that has lyrics like that would never go viral. Obviously something peppy and catchy would. So it's almost like, it's lovely that Bella's had these big hits, but it says something that her fans for these songs have kind of gone, actually, we really appreciate and love what you've crafted and the depth of what you've crafted. That's why they love it, because they love her and they love that they see her in it in a different way that like the general public isn't necessarily going to be bothered about whether they can see you in the songs. They just like that it's catchy.
Yeah.
Like Espresso is super catchy, but it's definitely not Sabrina Carpenter's best song.
Yeah, my favorite song on that album is Don't Smile. I think that's a beautiful little song.
Oh my God, amazing. Yeah. So it's like, it's a compliment to her, I think. I know it might have felt like a failure at the time.
Yeah, that is a good favourite failure.
It is a good favourite failure.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't failed as well. She thinks she's failed. But in the eyes of her fans and in our eyes, she has not failed.
This is like one of the few cases of favourite failures not actually being failures that Maddie will accept.
Maddie, what would you like to throw into the exchange today?
I'm just going to ka-ching my 80s piece. I don't need to tell you to look at anything else because I want you to look at that. Thank you.
If you could recommend a song to people not familiar with 80s to kind of listen to get them in the zone, what would you recommend?
Take Me Home, man. It'll change you. If
If nothing else, that sax solo at the end.
I was literally gonna say,
rip your soul.
Oh, I was about to say
so
that
good.
saxophone section at the end. I remember the first time I heard that song, and the moment that saxophone came, I was like, "Oh my goodness! Oh, so good, so good."
In my concert review, I have this sentence where I'm like, "What do you get when something that was already excellent becomes more excellent?" And that's like the definition of that. You know, it didn't need. It was already top marks. It didn't need to get any better, but it still did.
I will throw in hash browns. I'll be honest, this is going to sound horrific, but I've had just hash browns for lunch 3 days in a row now. I don't regret it. I know there's no nutrition there whatsoever. I've been very busy, and sometimes, you know, I just kind of like throw stuff in the air fryer or whatever so that I have something to eat. That's all I've been going for. It's felt great.
That's so funny.
My stomach's not punishing me yet.
I can't lie.
Sometimes, you know, it's the little things in life. Do you know what I mean? It's the little things in life. And right now, for me, it's hash browns.
Unfortunately, I've never got hash browns.
I'm
I'm sorry.
What about... Whoa! What about, like, the baby ones, like the tater tots? No?
I've never even tried that.
Okay, next time you come to mine, we'll just make only that.
I mean, I'd like...
No, they're amazing because they're like crispy, but they're not like they're just. Oh, you know what? In Spitalfields Market, they even have like there's one retailer, I should say, and it's just hash browns with different toppings.
Is it
It's
like
amazing.
smiley faces?
No,
because I know I've tried.
it's not like smushed inside. They're like shredded. The potato's like shredded, so it's like it's a specific vibe.
I know I've tried.
It's
them,
amazing.
I've just not got it.
What about like in a fry up? Do you have them with when you have a fry up, or just do you not have a fry up often?
You know what I could inhale is Yorkshire puddings. That's my hash brown. I love Yorkshire puddings, man. I'm from Yorkshire, so come on.
Can I disturb you for like a second then?
Okay.
I don't like Yorkshire puddings at all.
Excuse you? You've just
I
offended
don't.
my entire bloodline.
But you know what? When I was at BST Hyde Park, you know, there was this store where they did like, it's like
The
a
Yorkshire pudding
hash
burrito.
brown, yeah, the Yorkshire pudding burrito. Oh my god,
Oh,
changed my life.
incredible.
That was the first
So
time where
good.
it's like, this is peak.
A roast in a Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, that was incredible.
I should pitch this at my cafe that I work at.
What's your like dream roast?
Chicken with skin.
Okay. Like a specific part of chicken, like chicken breast or thigh. What are we going for?
It's off the bone, so it's just like miscellaneous bits of chicken, to be honest with you.
Okay. So that, and then like roast potatoes or mash.
Yes,
Roast
homemade
potatoes.
roast
Okay.
potatoes. They're beautiful.
Okay.
Not mash, no. Roast potatoes. Gravy, tons of gravy.
Mhm.
Sprouts.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, you you love sprouts?
I love sprouts. I've always loved sprouts.
Okay, so sprouts and then what else?
Roast carrots. Oh my word, roast carrots are so beautiful. You know when carrots are like sort of sweet and soft in the middle,
Yeah.
but like then crispy on the outside because they've just been done perfectly.
Yep.
Oh my word, they're so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Then a Yorkshire pudding.
Maybe I know I've already had like 4 Yorkshire puddings. Maybe a little ball of stuffing, if that's what you call it, like the weird little things.
Yeah, love some stuffing.
I can try that. You know. Maybe some cauliflower if it's the good kind. But yeah, we've got like the main stuff there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and like tomatoes.
Oh, okay. For me, it would be like I don't eat meat a lot. I avoid meat as much as possible. But if I am having a roast, I'll indulge properly. So it would either be like whatever vegan meat is an option. But if I really can't have that doesn't exist, then it would be like gammon steak. Love that.
Wow.
Love that. But obviously, like I try not to as much as I can. And then roast potatoes. But like proper, like crispy. I don't like when it's dry. Do you know what I mean? Not dry roast potatoes. Crispy, fluffy on the inside.
Yeah, that's homemade.
And then roast carrots. Like you, I love some roast carrots. That's great. Some peas. I'm partial to some garden peas.
Okay.
And then because we have it with peas here. Sorry. We have it with peas. And then gravy and that's all I need. I'm a simple soul.
So you don't like sprouts?
I hate sprouts, man.
Well, I hate peas.
That's okay. We
So
changed.
you can take my peas. I'll take your sprouts.
Yeah, perfect. I feel like if Bellah Mae was here, she would actually genuinely love to answer this question.
I'd love to know what she would have, yeah.
Me too. Shall we then wrap up with the lovely Bellah Mae's farewell message?
Yes.
What would you like your sign-off message to be?
Oh, okay, so one of my favourite sayings ever is it's only rock and roll. Nothing matters that much.
Nice.
It's all okay.
To just like let it go.
Just keep
just
going.
be chill.
It's only rock and roll. Nothing matters, we keep going.
I like that. I like that very much. Very good. Well, thank you so much
You're
for
so
being
welcome.
on.
Thank you so much for your time.
We love that. She's our rock and roll superstar.
She's such a daughter of rock and roll.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
Yeah.
Go Bella.
Yeah. What's your farewell message?
Give me all your Yorkshires, thanks. See ya.
Mine will be, I don't know. Maybe I'll counter that with I'll take all your hash browns. We're both food-based people. That's what we've uncovered from this. Well, the lovely Bellah Mae, you can check out all her work on all the streaming services. Her most recent single, Rinse and Repeat, See You Later, is out now, as well as her most recent EP, Never Waste a Heartbreak. Both are fantastic, so do check them out if you can. And thank you very much for catching another episode of Falling Upwards.
Bye.